And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 500 miles. Bertha. Big Bertha. This build shouldn't require much explanation. I you know what Big Bertha is. How does one build Big Bertha? You could build it like this. You could build it in other ways, you know. So this build is a hybrid build, as in I feel like both parts of the build, like your primary and secondary, are both good at everything. Maybe not secondary as much. I just mean Big Bertha is a really great generalist overclock because, yeah, it ramps up your single target damage to quite an extreme, but it actually doesn't hurt your AoE in any way whatsoever. And simply due to the virtue of my controller batteries being low and the fact that it does such high damage, it's good at just tearing through crowds because it has such high single target damage. Sort of the minigun principle, I suppose. And because Big Bertha is such a fantastic generalist overclock, you can really build it in a lot of different ways and be like, you know, good to go. Another version of this would be this guy, which actually I think I have Servant to thank for this, although I'm not a big fan of it. It is Big Bertha, or it's the Thunderhead, just completely ramped up, nothing but damage, every damage thing you can take. Which includes Big Bertha, the damage mod in tier 1 and 3, the bonus damage one in tier 5, armor breaking obviously, and fire rate, all of these things. R1, a lot more simple. We actually take no extra damage increases except armor breaking, which increases our body shot damage. But, you know, we go all ammo because Big Bertha, you don't have a great deal of ammo if you don't take the extra ammo. There's very usable with the extra damage. That's why I haven't changed that build in my F slot. But, you know, the ammo makes it much more usable. Accuracy, Big Bertha already has an accuracy increase, but I want to take that even further. We do want decent long range single target damage. The Thunderhead's never going to be truly like ultra long range, but you know we can do something. Fire rate, well, getting to top rate of fire isn't very useful if your top rate of fire is very small. So I'd rather have a higher top rate of fire than just get to a smaller top rate of fire quicker. So we increase that. Trust me, you don't actually need the damage here. I learned this a while ago that the DPS you get from taking increased rate of fire is far more worth what you get by taking the damage. Because it's just so unresponsive if you take the damage. Yes, it is actually a lot more damage. It'll be a lot more total damage in total. But hopefully I can prove that it's worth taking the rate of fire. Tier 4, armor breaking. This is for single target damage again. Especially things like Praetorians and whatnot. Actually, anything. Because it means you don't have to rely on hitting weak points to do lots of damage. It helps you deal your full damage against anything that's armored, which is everything. I think there's very few enemies that aren't armoured. I think Mactera Spawn and Trijaws aren't. And Goo Bombers. But even Gifted Grunts have armour. Tier 5, we take Fear. Why? Crowd control. And also sort of scaring off certain HVTs. Actually, not necessarily HVTs. You can use this to scare off something like a Trijaw. But personally, and what you should be using it for in this case, is turning a Praetorian around so you can lay it thick into his rear end. So that's Big Bertha. But the crux of this build, the thing that makes it all come together, but also not really, because there's better options now, is magic bullets on the Bulldog. That's where the blighted part comes in, for the blighted Bertha. The only problem with this is that it's been far surpassed by this, the coil gun. The reason why people sort of clung onto this, and I discovered this build a long time ago, and very much I held it close to my heart, is because it's a way of dealing quite significant crowd clearing with the Bulldog, which you wouldn't necessarily expect to be able to do. It really makes a fantastic use of both explosive rounds and neurotoxin coating. So while I am outright saying that this is just better at crowd clearing and control, like a lot better, I am still recommending to use this, and it works with this build. Big Bertha, or just pretty much any good decent Thunderhead build will really make up for what you miss out by not using the coil gun. But maybe I should explain this Bulldog build for people who might not be as aware, or might not have heard of this. So, Magic Bullets makes bullets ricochet off surfaces into nearby targets. Also gives us more ammo, obviously decreasing our damage, which seems pretty bad. It also has a hidden reload speed bonus. You reload a lot faster with Magic Bullets for some reason. So, on face value, it probably seems pretty whack, right? And it is. And even with explosive rounds, you're probably like, well, it's not. Yeah, I get 2 explosions, but then you stop and think for a minute, and you realise, hold on, 2 explosions, and then you realise explosions can, proc the neurotoxin from the tier 5 mod, and then you realise that you have 2 of them, each with a 50% chance to inflict neurotoxin. And you realise you've become the hand of God. So we take, extra reload speed because we don't need accuracy here. Actually, hold on. I'm going to check something. Okay, I can confirm that Magic Bullets doesn't give you a reload speed bonus. I was thinking of RJ250 compound. But the reason I said that is because we get the free reload speed mod, because we don't need accuracy. And obviously we take as much ammo as we can because we're not doing direct damage. Recoil also doesn't matter. Explosive rounds, just to give us the 2 explosions. And neurotoxin coating, which ties it all together, gives us that fantastic status effect. Great crowd clearing, great supplementary damage against large targets. It's one of the best just builds in the game. It doesn't do absolutely everything perfectly, but it's just so cool that this exists, and it's actually very good at what it does. Despite being so hyper specific, it requires a lot of factors to come together and unify, but it is absolutely worth doing. So those are our weapons. They don't complement each other massively, but they also definitely don't go against each other in any way. And that's really the beauty of it. Perks, not important. They're just not important anymore. I mean, what am I going to say? Vampire, I think you should always take. Resupply is always a good pick. Don't know why I'm taking it specifically. Might actually switch it for Veteran Depositor, or I'm not going to. Born Ready, you're using the Thunderhead, so you take Born Ready. Those are my perks. I always take, dash. Mobility is just undeniable. Pickaxe. I haven't really gone into depth about the pickaxe before. And why should I? I take Serrated Edge because it means you can basically one-shot guards with it. I think Serrated Edge is probably my preferred. Also lets you do almost half an Oppressor's health with 1 power attack. Shield, also not very important. I like a good balance of duration and size. I don't find myself too often yearning for my shield to be recharged. Some builds that comes up. This one it shouldn't. We've got off here on the Thunderhead. Zipline launcher. Not even going to touch that. Grenades really doesn't matter. This is down to preference. I don't even know if sticky grenade would be my preference. I think in the context of this, you might want something that's actually pretty high explosive or just wide-reaching, like incendiary grenades. Armor rig, also not particularly important. I just don't recommend taking bigger mineral bag when you could have something that actually helps you. These 2 doesn't matter. I usually take breathing room here. It's definitely more useful than the others. So yeah, that's the build. In terms of showing it off, I want to do things that are pretty damn hard. My goal was definitely to do elite enemies. I'm going to do this mission, and then I'm going to do an elimination of some sort, hopefully with some kind of mutator on it. So I'm just going to dive right in. Actually, this being that Terror Plague, I'd already had this chosen before we started, inspired me to take the extra accuracy on Big Bertha, actually, because I think it's probably better. And it's a very recently revised build, because I remembered this bit of info that I read a while ago, where the fire rate in tier 3 is definitely worth taking, and that's why I'm taking accuracy in tier 2 instead of fire rate in tier 2. Thunderhead tier 2 is a very strange upgrade tier, I've got to say. You've got accuracy, you've got rate of fire, and then you've got rate of fire growth speed. Here we are. So I've got to be prepared for enemies, not right out of the gate, but people might not know this, but I'm also gonna. Okay, good. But on salvage operations, bro, shut up. The reason you get ambushes on salvage ops, yeah, as in just small group, or well, actually large groups of enemies, but not swarms. It happens every leg that you dig up, that you expose, every meal leg, chance to summon an ambush, and every time you repair a mule, it also has a chance to do that. Actually, I think repairing the mule might just summon an ambush regardless, but also every leg that you dig up has a chance to do that too. That's where those waves come from, which is why you should always be prepared to fight if you're working on a mule. Just heard a grabber. Corner.
Donkey,
Die now.
come here! You ugly son of a bitch!
Nitro mining, everyone.
All good things come to those
Oh my god!
like dual flamethrowers. Here! I was born ready.
So maybe something I should have explained before was sort of the way that we use the Bulldog here, which is just to coat things, everything we can in neurotoxin, as a form of just supplementary damage. Yeah, it's fine for crowd clearing, and you definitely don't want to not use it for that, but it's sort of just, well, you know, we're doing it here, for example, but just, you know, any medium-sized or bigger target you see, you should be trying to neurotoxin, and then you switch to Thunderhead. And I just realised the effect that lethal enemies is going to have on the creatures we're going to encounter. Oh, another thing people might not know, or you might pick up on this. I think it's fairly, I wouldn't say obvious, but it doesn't really hide itself. The current event item, the anniversary trophy, when you find it and it sort of updates your terrain scanner, you know, it gives you the location of it on your map when you walk near it, that seems to summon an ambush. Oh, I thought I could run up that. Right.
And here I just polish my boots.
Nobody said this would be easy.
Hello. Good boy. Shields ready again. Locked and loaded. Flip it, Farseer. There must be a group nexus nearby. Help me with the minerals here. Born ready. I'm gonna kill you all.
Oh no.
Weapon ready. Claire's not ready yet. Let me go. My beard senses tingling.
Any sugar for me? Please.
Reloaded.
Oh no.
Zipline done.
Bunch of lithophage meteor fragments are coming your way. Stay mobile. Try not to die.
Eat it!
Holy Jesus. Whoa. Sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Wait.
Alien, go! I've got a zip line ready here. Worthless, but I was born ready.
There's the Deep Rock Clamberjank in action.
Lock and loaded. I got it!
Get on. Oh, no, I just realised how quickly I started these missions compared to previous episodes.
New operational. Well done.
So I really hope the frame rate isn't bad as it looks. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, cool. Won't be any issues. That's pretty intense. It almost makes me feel like I shouldn't like skip. I mean, anything can happen.
Go fetch.
Could be expecting an ambush any moment now. There they are. What's this?
My sin to fear.
It did not work the way I thought it would.
I was born ready.
I would assume. Actually, no, I'm not going to assume anything. I don't think the bundle has unbreakable armor as an elite. No, it doesn't. I can see that now. So don't. Yeah, the guards don't. Taurians do though. So a lot of people might not know this, but elite enemies kinda aren't very strong.
Weapon ready.
I've noticed they genuinely feel more frail.
Out of my way.
They're definitely faster and do more damage, but I've noticed like elite Praetorians specifically, they go down like stacks of shit, man. They are not. They're quite fragile. It feels like, especially if you've got any kind of armor breaking, or just anything that doesn't like it ignores armor.
Fuel is functional again. Great work.
Quick tip: hot rocks, any kind of hot rocks, either these ones or the ones you find in magma core, boost your movement speed when you walk on them temporarily. Not just while you're on the hot rocks either. The effect will carry over for a few seconds.
Bloody hell, you're hot to kill. Born ready. Eat it! Help me mine this. Molly, come here.
Epic supply pod repairing action. It malfunctioned. What a surprise.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
The mules are heading back. Follow them and let's Let's get that drop pod
I hope what I've demonstrated to myself the ammo efficiency of this. I mean, now Thunderhead ammo I still have left. Pretty nice.
Your time is up, Craig.
All mules are secured. Now to get the pod working. First, establishing a proper connection between the pod and the space rig. Set up the uplink.
For those whom it may interest, Halo Infinite Season 3 launches later today. I assume that doesn't really concern anyone. Except Monkey, maybe. I don't know if he plays Halo Infinite. Plays Halo. There's naught I respect in a man more than one who plays Halo but does not play Halo Infinite. Sorry, I shouldn't. Halo Infinite's gameplay is pretty good. Just a failed product, that's what it is, really. Really good campaign. Solid foundation in general, but
Getting more ammo.
fucked up so much of that. And the only reason I haven't cut this is because I started the uplink
Do
segment,
not leave the triangulation zone, or we will lose the connection. We've got one shot at this.
which is something that I do routinely not feed at. More than most activities in the game. So, by doing things like this. What the hell? Right, because I'm down here now. Oh, it can't be. That's not going to help anyone.
Triangulation at 50%.
Die!
Now, well, that's weird.
Do not leave the triangulation zone. We're losing you.
It's one of those moments
Return to
where there's just no escape. I think
We're losing you.
it's so bad when things like this happen.
Charged.
You need to stay.
Because I feel like an idiot. I feel like it feels so stupid because I don't know what I can do. Like salvage this at all. I guess just shield and take more resupplies.
Triangulation at 75%. Almost there.
Just need to survive if I can get a shield again. It's pretty ironic considering what I said earlier.
Weapon one down. I'm stuck.
Right, I think we should be safe now.
Stand your ground. Give no quarter.
But it really does speak to how debilitating segments like this are.
Stand by. Sending in fresh fuel cells.
Flares.
See, that was a good anti-air incendiary grenade.
Shield charged.
Oh, I was trying not to set that off.
Jaw dropping.
Fuel cells have arrived. Get them connected to the drop pod.
Weapon ready.
Well, that was intense. And it actually sort of, you know, one of the reasons I do this, I know that the builds that I'm using are good, but it does reveal things to me about them that I possibly didn't know before, both in terms of strengths and flaws. And I've realised that as a crowd control measure, that might actually be where this Bulldog build shines, because you can just stun
Charge cable plugged in.
and poison enemies like very consistently. If you're in a big, like, high, like, intensity scenario, you could just shoot at the floor, just end up stunning pretty much everything around you and poisoning them at the same time. You know, Thunderhead's fear effect isn't that wide-reaching. you know, it's fairly reliable, but it's not like you can just affect everything with it at
Roger
once.
that. Supplies are coming.
Rocks and stones may break my bones, but beer will never hurt me. Gee, I'm feeling poetic today. Boy needed that.
Fuel cells charging. Stay close to keep them operational. We're expecting an increase in hostiles.
Let's show them some pain! Try drop down! Bloody disgusting stuff this is!
Ninja ass Tridor.
Oh man, this ain't what I signed up
Fuel
for!
cells at 50%.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Protocol is
It's getting into our
whip out the Bulldog.
grannies! Oh, it's our move!
You're jeopardizing the mission. You need to stay close to the fuel cells.
I was born ready!
Get away.
Close to the fuel cells. Fuel cells at 75%. You're almost there.
On it! And here I just get a shot move! Reloading! Ethan! Whack-a-mole!
At least one of you has to remain by the charging fuel cells. Get back there.
Is that an oppressor I hear?
Fuel cells full
I
of
don't
charge.
know still.
Pod engine powering up. Hold your ground. We're almost ready to pull you and the goods out. Pod reactor spooling up.
I was one thing I wasn't looking forward to is that I knew that my gunner was level 25, and my brain just hates that. But I'm not gaining any XP off this. Even though obviously I don't need it, but at this point it's the only thing, like, it's the only, aside from the videos, it's the only my incentive is just gaining levels. As far as incentives of playing, if I still find it fun.
Calculating orbital trajectory.
But the fun can literally be inflated if the game has no reason left for you to, like, anything for you to do.
Bears charging!
Powering radiation shielding.
And, you know, the game being sort of like a work simulator means that
Ecom operation.
having things to do is what makes it playable. I think. It's sort of the point. It's why there's so many assignments and sort of progression systems. It's because the gameplay is repetitive. And you never forget how fun it is if you're always playing it for a reason. But if you're only playing it because you find it fun, that will start to wear off, and I don't think that's unreasonable.
Jump pod powered up and ready to leave. It's time to bring it all home. Get on board. We're leaving with or without.
That wasn't too bad, especially for a double warning. That was elite enemies, elite threat, and max terror plague. I think I did a decent job. Yeah. What did I pick up on? I picked up on the fact that maybe this Big Bertha build could actually be better built. I don't know if it's more damage that we need or more damage, not fire rate. I guess the question comes up of what like types of enemies or missions are good at. So bosses, it's great against bosses except the caretaker because you can poison pretty much everything. And Big Bertha's great, you know, DPS, just, you know, it's great. So yeah, I think I don't actually want to change the way Big Bertha is built at the moment. Like, at all, personally. Because there's only one elimination available here. I really want to just do a standard elimination. It's boring.
Drop pod is cleared.
For a build
Warm up.
showcase,
Time
that
to get
is.
to work, team.
Looks like I have no choice, because I'm definitely not doing that. Alright, shut up. No, it seemed right to me. It just... In fact, yeah, the only time it really faltered was in that sort of high-intensity scenario. And it's not for massive groups anyway. It's for picking off like every little bug you see, and also high-value targets and big targets. So, I think it's fine the way it is. You know, the other way is Big Bertha, which is specking for damage and nothing else. Obviously, there is a build for that, but it's not the one I'm doing today, and I might not do it only because, for me, the only way to use that build is with my, like, you know, incredible ultra efficient coil gun build, and I'm not going to use it any other way. Which is why that build showcase might not happen. It might happen in a future Big Bertha overclock showcase when we get around to that.
Here we go!
We've located a glyphid nest. The dreadnoughts go there to pupate, so your primary objective is to locate their cocoons, destroy both them and...
I am hoping to get some kind of miscellaneous event, you know, a machine event or a Betsy or a Corlock or something. That would be splendorous.
Weapon ready. I got the deposit. Booyah! Pesticide coming up.
Don't kill me. Back off. That's a detonator. Good. Good. Whoa.
Incoming meteor. Clear the impact zone and take
Wait.
cover.
We got it.
These boys are going down. Not as much as I thought. This might have been a move. Wait, don't heal him. Let's do a test of how quickly I can kill a detonator.
Locked and loaded.
Now we get smart. Now. Didn't showcase the build very well, but it does showcase my unrelenting skill.
I was born ready. Go fetch.
Also, I just feel like Meteorite counts as a miscellaneous event, so... Now I could just tear this Blackthwaite to pieces. Without a care in the world.
Locked and loaded.
That's the Barrel Vision style.
Dead. Requesting rock cracker package.
Pretty proud of that.
Rock crackers inbound. Stand by.
Yeah, that's quite well played.
Oh, I feel
I definitely got really lucky having a Detonator and a Meteorite to help me kill those guys. Still.
my boots, my poor boots.
Yeah, something we didn't really get on the last mission was Praetorians or Oppressors. It'd be nice to get some this time, although, you know, Dreadnought's definitely fill a certain niche of showing you its build off against big targets. So I hope the next one's a normal Dreadnought, because I really like using this build against them.
Like that. Hammer connected.
All rock crackers attached. You can start them up when ready.
Jackhammer ready for action. Ow! This rock cracker is online.
Cracking commencing. Stay alert. The noise is bound to attract unwanted attention.
Booyah!
It is.
Clear up whatever's banging on that rock cracker.
Need an upgrade.
We're detecting a jam. Restart the affected parts or you'll be down there all day.
This jackhammer has stalled.
My board's showing red lights, team. Get those jammed rock crackers back online.
Compressor down! Board ready.
I know we talked a lot of smack in season 3, and I do think it's one of the lesser updates. But it introduced some pretty good stuff,
Let's keep them that way.
namely the meteorite. Mainly the meteorite, actually.
Die, you double-jointed freaks! Die!
Right, so this is something that I feel a bit underrated. When you're in a situation like this, just outlasting the event is a good way to conserve ammo, because obviously the meteorite will just kill everything. So
Yeah, give me some sugar.
a tip, well, it's not in that great. It's not, I wouldn't call it a tip, actually, it's just an interesting fact. Because of the way hot rocks work, and because the meteorite is just a ring of hot rocks, just if you stand in this, you're safe, but you're just surrounded by hot rocks. Swarmers literally won't be able to get to you. Swarmers are very easily set on fire and therefore killed by hot rocks. So if you just stand in here, you're just safe from swarmers.
I'm sure
Not necessarily anything else, though.
Joe, get to work!
I don't know what's round the corner, but it might be bugs.
I'm doing my part. My boots, my poor boots. Never felt better. Fire! Yeah! Gotta wait for the rage.
That's fine, but definitely weird. I could have avoided damage there quite easily.
Breeder! Smash those eggs before they hatch!
Yeah, I'm never gonna hit that thing's weak point from here.
Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please. We gotta locate and destroy the blue nexus, or we will have lifted spawns on our tail forever. Reloaded. Ooh, glad to finally deposit. Felt like I was carrying a dreadnought on my back. I need you here. I was born ready.
Oh. Usually they get poisoned.
No more leeching on me. No, the flares are recharging. Incoming body snatcher. Deep rock seriously needs terrain scanner just got updated for the new.
Does my theory need any further proving? Oh my god.
It's past your expiration date. Much better. Just take your sweet time, old lady. I've got all day. Bam!
Good job, miner.
This party started.
What I found.
Got no flares ready. Shield placed. No lie down forever. Reloading.
Lovely.
That guy
Thunderhead.
in mission control. He really has a cozy job. The lasers soften up the turtlite just enough for the explosives to have an effect.
What the hell?
Yeah! Born ready.
Like, this area will act as our arena once I'm done with
Order
it.
to resupply.
Stand back. Supply pod inbound.
Resupply arrived. Go restock. Getting more ammo. Yes. Let's get these lasers up and running.
Well, a tritiolite deposit. We're sending in
Assuming
a
I
standard
actually
bomb dispenser for your
destroy
team.
it.
If those things can't penetrate it, nothing will.
It's the bomb dispenser. In a one place, it shouldn't. If I spam my Bulldog, this shouldn't be difficult though. I don't like doing to be honest, but maybe necessary. So, just like one of those things that, in this scenario, like, it's not going to be even remotely possible. Like, just how could it be? So, what I tend to do is just survive. Which I genuinely find to be more fun challenge than just trying to deliver these bombs with absolutely no way to protect myself and no clear line of sight. I could do it just from on the bomb dispenser. So, fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. Got it right between the eyes.
Can they climb this? They can't! Fucking invincible. Oh, this episode is also a showcase of some cheese strategies. Big kill.
and loaded.
Oh.
I was born ready. Too slow, you snails! The back! It's the weak point!
Come on then, son.
Bamboo! Fire in the hole! Reloaded.
Weak.
Born ready.
It's not helping himself. All into his routine is just getting them killed.
Be gone! I was born
Right, that's not normally. I thought he was going to go into another
Activate the
invincibility stage, but apparently not.
send in an extraction pod to pick you up.
getting supplies.
Well,
Drop pod
that
on
was
hang in there.
easier than the first mission.
A secondary objective has been
But I'll show you the extraction in case
achieved.
it
Your accounts are
intense.
completion.
Seems fairly self-explanatory.
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule.
Fall back to the drop. Shield recharged. Time to leave. Head for the drop.
I'd say that was probably the most boring drop pod run I've ever done. But
Flares ain't ready.
not good for content.
Reserve your bullets.
Now we wait for Molly. And hello. Pokemon views show up, but the armor breaking kicks in.
Born ready.
Now his body will be charred, the crisp.
Let's get out of this. What's the incendiary grenade?
The mule's been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around forever. Retrieving escape pod.
That's what we call easy peasy. So, what have I showed you today? I've showed you a build that can do just about anything except kill robots, even though it definitely can kill robots. Neurotoxin doesn't affect robots. In fact, if the neurotoxin mod on the Bulldog were to for some reason be changed to corrosion, I'd be tempted to call this one of the best builds in the game, actually. Possibly the best. Obviously, if neurotoxin itself was completely switched to corrosion, the neurotoxin payload would be overpowered beyond comprehension and would absolutely be removed. But in this case, we're in the clear. So I'll say that would have been better. Better. Good Lord, look at all this stuff. Anyway, so I hope that served as a pretty, fantastic demonstration of this build. I feel like its strengths are fairly obvious, and
Mission selected and locked in.
yeah, what can I really say? It sort of speaks for itself. I feel like it takes some experimentation, maybe, I don't know, because I sort of revealed to myself today that the thing that the Bulldog in this case is actually best at is just keeping you alive, while the Thunderhead is actually the main killer, which I think is an interesting duality of the roles, the weapons. Apart from that, because it's just, I guess so little of this build is actually important apart from the two weapons, it's just a good way of building both of these weapons, really, is what it comes down to. I suppose this isn't one of the most elaborate builds, but maybe that's why it works. Sometimes some of the best builds are the least elaborate ones, sometimes they're the most complex and hard to find ones, like my coil gun build. Either way, yeah, there's really not much to it. I just suggest that you play around with it. Magic bullets is a really fun thing to sort of learn, the way that you shoot terrain to hit things that are in the air and whatnot, and the way that you ricochet to make sure you hit shots, and just how it works. Interesting to play around with, and Big Bertha is a very satisfying way to use the Thunderhead, so I highly recommend it for literally any mission type you want. I recommend you can play around with the mods if you like. Probably on the Thunderhead, Bulldog should stay this way. There's really no, for this build, there's no way you can change it and be correct, I suppose. Either way, yeah, that really is it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for the recent heightened engagement with the channel recently. All the views we've been getting and subscribers. It's really, really fucking cool. I thank you guys so much. It's just cool, and we are really grateful. So thank you guys. And if you enjoyed this, please make sure to subscribe. If you want to see more build showcases, make sure to do those things. You know, say ring the bell. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Rock and Stone.